Yes. Here we go. Glass.
Yeah, that's mine. I guess someone turned it in.
They do a lot different, actually.
No, they don't.
Oh, yes, they do.
No way. I spent 2 weeks in Tokyo. I cannot tell the difference. I tried
Really?
my best.
I can usually tell that.
No, the impoverished part of the society is completely different. I don't know why. But they're, on both sides, they're a big contrast. They're healthy.
Well, yeah, that's...
They look, to me, as a matter of fact, when I first met my wife, I saw
the shirt first. And is there anything else you'd like?
You get it.
If you're on campus during the day, though, there's a lot of red tape, and it's probably not worth the red
How awesome! I just found my book. Yeah. I saw Caesar in the downstairs, and he's like, "Hey, did you ever find your book?" No. And he's like,
Can I have your attention, please? We're trying to get some chairs to accommodate some of you folks that are left chairless. Very briefly, again, my name is Angela, for those whom I didn't get a chance to speak to today. I'm with the Progressive Alliance. The Progressive Alliance does a number of things. One of kitchens. We always have donation bins set up for clothes and canned soup at the Hunger Banquet. We're doing another one of those. So we're awesome. Well, don't be like full or something. You guys should definitely check us out. We usually meet Wednesdays 5 o'clock like every other week. And I also represent American Democracy Project. We're just switching over from being a faculty only to a student-run organization, and we just promote students becoming more politically involved, nonpartisan, just different awareness events. We held a debate a few weeks ago with people.
Do you have like email?
Yeah, I'll put a sign up over there.
Good afternoon. My name's Helen Dixon. I am a member of CUPS, Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans, and we meet at the Unitarian Universalist Church off Daniels Parkway near on Shower Drive. We are hosting a peace fair next Friday night, and it's free. We would love for all of you to come. Code Pink and EPEC will be with us, and a few vendors, entertainers, open mics. So if any of you want to come and entertain us, you're welcome to do that also. On Saturday, we are hosting Dances of Universal Peace. I will leave some flyers and ask some of you if there are places you might put them up around campus. The instructor is, do you know, Dances of Universal Peace? They're like Sufi dances, they're circle dances, and the instructor teaches something about the culture from which this dance might come. And since I'm feminist in my spirituality, she told me that there will definitely be some goddess dances. And when I heard her dance with her the first time, she used religions throughout the world, and she did it somewhat chronologically. Got all those syllables there, and it was very interesting the way she presented the dances. It's I said it's circle dances, so it's not like other kind of dances. Since I have the floor, this is first our Dances of Universal Peace. Since this is a fundraiser, and our organization has right now a labyrinth on our grounds at the church, and we want to build another labyrinth. So this is the fundraiser for us. The price here is $35, but since I'm talking to students who I assume are not worth as much money as I am, then since I'm one of the organizers who dropped my name, then please join us for $20. And lunch is included, vegetarian lunch. So because we're serving lunch, we would love to have a number by Wednesday for our chef to purchase food. So I would love for you to join us, but let us know. Today would be wonderful. And at the end of the month, this maybe appeals to more than just pagans. Obaka Hill, we are sponsoring drummer, recording artist. She will be here for the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, teaching drumming. And I have been in class with her before, and she's a wonderful instructor. She can teach people with all skill levels, from the beginner to the drummers who were very skillful. It is $150 for the weekend, and some meals and camping's available. And again, I know it might be expensive for some of you, so I'm going to talk to you about scholarships with a little trade on helping with served meals. So, thank y'all for. Holly is the one who did Code Pink, is the one who told me about you. So, good luck to you.
Black Student Alliance.
Hi guys, how are you doing? I represent Black Student Alliance on Shuffles Dance in Eagles Landing from 7 to 9:30, so if we can make you come out to that. And then also we're having Murder a Hit Song on Friday, AB5 112 from 7 to 10, and basically it's like bad karaoke. Like I want to go up there and sing a song and make a fool of myself, so come see me. And one event that we had yesterday was we buried a rock that had racial slurs written all on it. We buried it, kind of get rid of all the negative words and things like that. Like it was just a way to like kind of get rid of all the words that kind of hurt us and like we're attached to them, kind of buried it, and it's over and done with. And that was something that we did yesterday. And if you have any questions, you can come and talk to me.
Where is this meeting?
Reed Hall 139 at 7. All right? Thank you. Fernando with Model UN.
Hey everybody, my name is Fernando. I'm the president of Model UN Club, it stands for Model United Nations. There's a few members here. Basically what we do is we get together and we debate about international relations and also politics, and each year, each semester we go to conferences around America. Like in March we're going to Berkeley in California. Basically if you're interested in politics and international politics, to be more specific, I want to get together with a group of students. Most of us are political science students, but you don't have to be a political science student to get involved. You can go ahead, there's going to be an email sign-up sheet that's going around, and also we have events on campus like UN Day, Earth Day, and we're going to be doing stuff with other clubs coming up this year. So basically if you want to learn more, just sign up and I'm going to email you information about it. All right, thank you.
Jeff George.
Hi everyone. My name is Jeff George, and I'm running for Congress here in this district. This is the 14th District of Florida. The district comprises all of Lee County, most of Naples, Marco Island, and a little sliver of Charlotte County. It's great to see so many new faces here from the meeting that we had last month. I want to be fairly brief. Right now, Mohammed is passing out sort of a prototype for a flyer that's probably going to be going out the next week or so. I'm running up against our Republican incumbent, Connie Mack. Always get that reaction. Even from Republicans, I get that reaction, which is a good sign. Right now, there are 3 of us running against him. There is the Democratic challenger, Professor Larry Burns, who's here from FGCU. We also have Bert Saunders, who's a lifelong Republican, who's decided to go independent to run against him. And then we have myself. I'm also running as an independent. And we're doing something a little bit different. What we're doing is, what he's passing out here is sort of the bare bones for our platform. And the number one thing that you're going to see on there is transparency, integrity, and accountability. And what that is, that's more than just a group of watchwords for us. What that means is everything that we do for the sake of the campaign, we're documenting. Either on video camera or we're live casting online. But essentially what we want to do is we want to show everybody the process from the ground up. And we want to get everybody involved from the ground up. Now there's 2 major streams that go into the independents here in the district, and also on the Republican and on the Democratic side. These are the progressive streams, which I think we have represented here tonight, and also the libertarian stream. So what I'm going to do is I want to get, to turn my phone off first of all. I want to get everybody's feedback. Everybody says that they're running a grassroots campaign these days, but what we want to do is we actually want to make this a real grassroots campaign. So the reason that Mohammed is handing all this out is we have the 5 basic issues which we decide to focus on for our platform. So what I want to do is I want to get feedback from all of you, and Angela can feel free to cut me off at any time if we run over. Hopefully this should only take about 10 or 15 minutes. But I want to do questions and answers. I want you to go ahead and take a look at that and ask me any questions that you have, any issues that you think need to be included in the platform. Yes?
Can you just elaborate a little bit on your comprehensive solution?
Okay, let me just go down the list real quick, and then I'll stop there. Transparency, integrity, accountability. Very briefly, I covered that. We'll skip over to resolving the war on terror. This is my phone never rings at night normally. This is an important issue because especially the economic issues tie into what's going on in the Middle East. And as some of you may or may not know, I'm a Muslim myself. And so what we need to do essentially is we need to stop, number one, looking for military solutions to what are economic, cultural, and political problems. Number two, we need to be talking to everybody in the region. There are a couple of groups in particular. We can talk about Hamas in the occupied territories. We can talk about Hezbollah in Lebanon that are legitimate political representatives of their constituency, of their people. And we need to engage these groups in a more fundamental way. The same is true with Iran. We need to get away from looking at all of these conflicts in isolation and looking at everything as a whole. Also, when I say we need to take a comprehensive strategy, we need to stop promoting countries that are completely anti-democratic, that just happen to be our allies, and going against countries who are equally as democratic or anti-democratic because we oppose some elements of their policy. If we're going to talk about dealing with the Middle East and spreading democracy in the Middle East, we need to do it in a fair and even-handed way. Yes?
U.S. Congress?
U.S. So the second issue on here is economic justice. This is a really broad category, and this is the category that I know we're going to get some guff from the libertarians on. Ensuring a fair system of taxation, revitalizing the middle class, restoring the national infrastructure, and providing for universal health care. In a nutshell, we've had, for the past 30 years, we've been running an economic experiment that has proven disastrously, has proven to be a disaster for the overwhelming majority of Americans. We're falling behind in education, we're falling behind in healthcare, even economically, we're falling behind. If you want to look at some of the indicators that a lot of conservatives like to look at, like how well the market is doing, or growth of the economy in places in Europe and in Asia, they're seeing better growth, they're seeing more investment. So we need to get away from this failed strategy of Reaganomics or neoclassical economics, whatever you want to call it. People love to stick labels on politicians. And the label that I have reluctantly agreed to is that I'm a progressive libertarian. Now what that means is that I agree with libertarians on most social issues and issues of governance, but basically I think Milton Friedman was full of crap. So, and talking about the libertarians, what we want to do is, I think, on this list of 5 points, I think that we have complete agreement between the progressives and the libertarians on about 4 to 4.5 of these issues. So we want to try and find language that's comfortable for both groups and also get both groups to interact. I sent out to Angela and to a couple other people, there's an event coming up in Naples. It is the showing of a documentary called Obsession, which is about Islamic radicals and Islamic extremists. I haven't seen it yet, but I know the individual who's putting this together, Jack Tyman. He is a fairly conservative individual, but he's a conservative who's willing to listen to reasonable solutions. He also has a moderate Muslim speaker who's going to be at the presentation. I know this is not the sort of thing that normally progressives would consider going to, because it will be a right-wing leaning event. But I would really highly suggest that everyone go, because it's an opportunity to mix it up with those people and to find non-confrontational ways of discussing these issues and hopefully building some alliances. On the list here, we have number 4, which is restoring the Constitution. Reaffirming constitutional system of checks and balances, empowering state and local leadership, and safeguarding individual rights. I don't know how much more I need to add on this. The fact that I'm here speaking at the Progressive Alliance should tell you where I stand on most of those issues. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. And the last one, environmental balance. As Chuck and Mohammed have both pointed out to me, this is a fairly generic sounding statement. Reconciling the challenges of climate change and economic growth in Southwest Florida with local, national, and global solutions. Basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the idea that we recognize that climate change is a real problem out there up front, but I wanted to do it in a way that's non-confrontational to a lot of people who are still uncomfortable talking about the idea in the area. Now, even though this list in itself is kind of generic, I am going to be as specific as possible about proposals and about things that we need to be doing as the campaign progresses. This is just sort of a good general list, or I hope it's a good general list. So let me turn it over to all of you. What do you think? Yes?
My organization has been focusing primarily on energy issues. We and Governor Christ agree that the coal is a bad idea, although we're still burning coal. Coal and gas, any fossil fuels are going to emit greenhouse gases, no question about it. There's this widespread belief that biofuels are going to help us in our greenhouse gas emissions, and some of us don't believe that at all, looking at the energetics. And we are also having serious questions about the applicability of nuclear for that same reason, and also the hazardous materials generated that we can do nothing with at the moment. What I'm actually wondering about is, these are really complicated technical issues. How much do you think that the elected officials are willing to hear us help them understand them? Because I think what happens is they just say, I don't know, I don't get it, but it sounds like a good idea, so I think I'm going to go for nuclear, because at least it doesn't emit CO2 when it's actually operating. So, do you understand my question? It's not really about where you are, but it's about, I get it, that they don't get it.
I think that's a fairly accurate description. You know, when you're running for an office like this, one of the things that you have to realize is that you have to be a good generalist, because everybody brings some specific knowledge that they have to the table. I have a technical background, so in terms of like telecommunications and that sort of thing, I have a lot of firsthand knowledge of that. I've also traveled a lot, so I bring a lot of foreign policy. Not actually foreign policy experience, but I have a lot of international experience. Now, what you're talking about, I think the big problem right now is that the way that the campaign financing system is structured is it's not simply a case of them not listening to people and coming to the wrong conclusions. The problem is that they're only listening to the people that bring the campaign donations. And by and large, these are the major corporations. These are the energy corporations. These are the oil companies. And so when they get these ideas that coal is a great idea, which it's not, I agree, coal is a terrible idea. When they hear corn producers talking about how great corn will be for ethanol, they don't listen to the activists. They don't listen to the other side of the story. They're not hearing, in the case of corn and biofuels, number one, deforestation is going to maybe worse for CO2 emissions than what we save from the biofuels. They don't hear that corn prices are skyrocketing, particularly in poor countries as a result of what they're doing with biofuels, trying to convert corn to biofuels. They're not really listening to these issues. What they're listening to is they're listening to the corn growers and to the oil companies. So what we've got to do is we've got to, number one, focus as much energy as we can on getting them to listen to us. And number two, and I think more importantly in terms of where I come in on this, we need to get people who are willing to listen to the activists, who are willing to listen to the guys that don't necessarily have the big $100,000 campaign checks walking into the office. Any other questions? Yes?
I just would like to say something. I'm also listening, and I was just up in Tallahassee last week, and the big thing in legislation in Florida is the budget, of course, and energy issues. Those are the two main things. And I had a meeting with one of the Speaker of the House, Rubio, and before he got out of his office, he was tied up with FP&L. So you're absolutely right. The energy companies are in their offices, they're sleeping on their doorsteps, and if students are playing a very large, increasing role in government, and they are listening to you. So if you really want to partake and be an active voice, now is your opportunity to write your legislators and let them know you're here, and let them know what you know, because their turnaround is so fast that we have to continuously educate our legislators, because they're in and out of office so fast. So I just want to say, now is the time that you're being a student. Use it. Let them know.
And I couldn't agree more with that. And that brings me to my next point. As a candidate, there is no way that I'm going to raise the kind of money that Connie Mack is able to raise, or somebody like Bert Saunders is able to raise. But I'm hoping that what we have in our favor is that we have people power. We have, right now, most campaigns, everything runs on money. The people that work for the campaign, by and large, all the major players are being paid. If you see a campaign going out and getting petitions, that's usually a private company. They hire data mining companies. It's a big industry. And the first big challenge that we're facing here in this election is qualification. Now, in the state of Florida, there are two ways to qualify for an office. One is to pay 3% of the salary for the job that you're running for, or to get 1% of the registered voters in your particular district to sign a petition saying they want you on the ballot. Now, for the major parties, that comes out to about $10,000 if you're running for Congress. They give nonpartisan candidates a little bit of a break. It's about $6,600. We could probably afford that, but I don't want to. What I want to do is I want to do this the Democratic way. So what we need is 5,000 signatures by no later than May 2nd of this year. And we started this past week. And what we're doing is, first of all, you'll notice underneath all of these handouts that I gave you, there is a candidate petition form. If you want to support me, or if you still have some questions, whatever your position is, I would urge you to please, if you're a registered voter and you do actually live here in this district, to please fill that out so that we at least have the choices on the ballot. Now, if you're not registered in this area, or if you are and you want to help us out more, what we're doing is Mohammed has got a box over there with clipboards and pens and maps and a packet of 200 petition forms. What I would like to do is I would like to get 30 volunteers over the course of the next couple of weeks to agree to go out and get 200 signatures. That's 200 signatures of registered voters who live here in this district. We've got some incentives. We've got free T-shirts. We're going to have prizes for the top 3 people who go out. But I hope that the main prize is that we get some real choices on the ballot this year. So after I get done speaking, feel free to come talk to me or talk to Mohammed. In fact, he's going to tackle everyone going out the door who doesn't fill out a petition form. Let us know if you want to help out. We could really use your help. We just started Thursday. We just started handing these out, and so far, I believe we have. Yes, the clock is running. We have 7 or 8.
I mean, time for your presentation.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me wrap this up. We have so far we have 7 or 8 volunteers, so we could really use your help. So thanks again for listening to me and running on, and I'll hand the floor back over to Angela. Thank you.